Hello everyone. In the Indian Art and Culture series, we will be studying Indian architecture. Under it, Buddhist architecture is a very important topic. This video will be both in English as well as in Hindi so that it's accessible to a lot of audience and North Indian, South Indian, or anyone who doesn't know Hindi or English can access it and study from it. So, under the Bharatiya Kala and Sanskriti Shrankla, we'll be studying Bodh Vastukala. बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर फॉलोड द स्प्रेड ऑफ बुद्धिज्म जैसे जैसे बुद्धिज्म जो है बढ़ी साउथ एशिया में साउथ ईस्ट एशिया में चाइना वियतनाम मलेशिया इंडोनेशिया तो जैसे जैसे बुद्धिज्म का प्रचार हुआ वैसे वैसे बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर भी उसके साथ साथ बढ़ा एक आइडियोलॉजी थी जिसमें लोग मेडिटेशन करते थे बौद्ध भगवान थे कुछ उनकी फिलॉसफी थी वो एक सेपरेट टॉपिक है बुद्धिज्म का पर उसके साथ साथ जो है आर्किटेक्चर भी अपने आप में शेप लिया आर्किटेक्चर कैन बी कंसिडर्ड एज सम फॉर्म ऑफ बिल्डिंग्स some form of structures can be houses it can be temples जिस भी तरह से लोग एक ब्रिक स्ट्रक्चर में या स्टोन स्ट्रक्चर में रहना पसंद करते हैं सो बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर फॉलोड द स्प्रेड ऑफ बुद्धिज्म सो जैसे जैसे बुद्धिज्म बढ़ा वैसे वैसे बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर भी साथ में अपना फॉर्म लेता रहा इट वॉज अ अर्ली इंडियन मॉडल्स इससे पहले हमारे पास उतने अच्छे मॉडल्स नहीं थे इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन का एक मॉडल था पर उसमें अपनी अपनी कुछ क्वालिटीज थी पर उसके बाद सो ये हिंदी में मैंने लिखा है पूरे दक्षिण और पूर्वी एशिया में प्रसार का अनुसरण किया जैसे जैसे बुद्धिज्म बढ़ा वैसे वैसे जो है बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर वास्तुकला भी बढ़ी और शुरुआती भारतीय मॉडल थे इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन के बाद ये आया हमारा बुद्धिस्ट आर्किटेक्चर ठीक है इसमें गुफाएं थी इसमें स्तूपा थे इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें थी वो हम अभी स्टडी करेंगे Now let's know what is Buddhist architecture. बौद्ध वास्तुकला एक्चुअली क्या है? What does it mean? So इसके थ्री टाइप्स हैं. पहला है चैत्य. So just CHAITYA चैत्य. ये टर्म्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इसको आप जो ऐसे कैसे याद करें विदाउट एनी काइंड ऑफ मॉडिफिकेशन सेकंड इज विहार just just learn the terms right now we will know the reading we'll know the meaning and everything related to it so first is chet the second is vihar and then third is stup या stupa तो ये तीन मॉडल्स हैं इसको आप याद करेंगे चैत्य vihar you can also write down along with me we can make short notes so that you don't have to go come back to this ppt again this video again if you want you can तो CVS ये टर्म आप याद करें चैत्य विहार एंड स्तूपा सो इसका थोड़ा डिस्क्रिप्शन देखा है थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स एसोसिएटेड विद द अर्ली तुमने क्या पढ़ा The three types of structures are associated with the religious architecture of early Buddhism. First is Chaitya, as we studied. Second is Vihara, and third is Stupa. Chaitya, Vihara, and Stupa. So what does Chaitya means? These are shrines. Shrines means these are temples, or these are prayer halls. Second is Vihar. These are monasteries. When we talk about Vihar, we say Basant Vihar, we say Murli Vihar. So these are the places where people live, right? So these are monasteries serving as residences for monks. Third is stupas. These are places to venerate relics. Whatever remnant pieces of body parts, ashes, any kind. So we have Chaitya, Vihara and stupas. So let's try to understand these in detail. What does these mean? Let's first come to Chaitya. What is Chaitya? So Chaitya are Buddhist prayer halls. we study these are prayer halls. These are shrines or prayer halls. We have temples today. Similarly, Chaitya is also a prayer hall that houses a stupa. Stupa is a place to venerate the relics. So, this is worshipped in a building called Chaitya. The word Chaitya has its root in a Sanskrit word chita, meaning fire or a pile of ashes. This is a term you can learn for its origin. The ancient rock Buddhist caves Ajanta were built between the 2nd and 6th century AD. This is the period of coming of Buddhism. So similarly, the Chaityas also came into prominence. So they are part of the cave tradition. They are show stupa. So these are Chaityas. We said there's a hall. It's a big hall like that, apsidal vault. Here is a stupa. So people can, these are pillars all over. People can enter from here, can can sit all at all these places and do any kind of meditation or any kind of prayer. So these are some of the pictures of a chaitya, which is a prayer hall. The chaitya used to have something called like a stupa, where people can come, sit, meditate, and leave. These are some other structures of a chaitya. So you can see it's like shape is this way. You can draw a diagram also. So stupa and entrance, hallway. Okay. So these are the some terms related to it can be also be studied. Cave tradition. They are formed used from rocks. Second, these are shrine cells with a stupa placed at one end. As I told you, the shrine cells, shrine hai, stupa yahan pe hai. You can learn this diagram very well. It was formed due to political patronage. Many kings like Ashoka and other kings in the future used to uh, pay money, pay some kind of patronage for the establishment. Fourth is the assemblies for discussions. So when you're praying or when you're doing some kind of prayer, it forms a assembly hall also. Examples are in Karle, Guntapalle in Andhra Pradesh, Ajanta, Ellora, etc. So this is a little summary. You can just learn the points. These are the pictures which I showed you of the Karle caves, which has a chaitya and a stupa. Okay, now let's understand what is vihar. The Buddhist monk used to stay in viharas or monasteries. The term vihara in means a temporary shelter for traveling monks during monsoons. Even today, you see Buddhist monks or Jain monks, they do not travel, they do not walk during the 4 months of rainy season. They say it's dangerous because a lot of insects, a lot of reptiles, they come out of the ground to the surface and it's injurious for health. So they don't travel, so they seek any kind of shelter in temporary spaces. So ये अस्थाई आश्रय का काम करता है विहार. अब विहार कैसे होते हैं, हमने चैत्य देखा था. चैत्य हमारा इस तरीके का था. हमने यहाँ से एंटर किया, यहाँ पे स्तूपा है, यहाँ पिलर्स हैं, पिलर्स की लाइन है, यहाँ लोग जो है मान लीजिए बैठ सकते हैं. Vihar is like a hall, central hall, which is like even today you see old houses, they have the angan or veranda, and they have a lot of small rooms which open here, right? So this is like you can see this is a big hall. There are small cells where Buddhist monks or nuns they used to stay. These are like the quarters, big hall, and all these spaces. There's an opening like that. Okay. And these are some points you need to. There are structures for residence for monks. Okay. Square hall with cells. So you can draw also the square halls with cells. Okay. Examples are Bhaja, Ajanta, Karle caves. You can just learn these, it will be very beneficial. Now let's compare what is a Vihara and what is a Chaitya. So Chaitya, as I told you, square hall with cells inside it. Chaitya has a it's an apsidal vault, like it's circular at one end, semicircular. There is a stupa placed, which is like a statue, like an idol. Today we have an idol in a temple. The stupa has a relics of some elderly person, some venerated personality, some Guruji. So all those ashes are placed here, and the people are coming and worshipping, and treating it as a meditation hall or some kind of prayer hall or assemblies, any utility purpose. This is also a little comparison between a Chaitya at Kali and Vihara at Ajanta. So you can see this, we studied this and this. So this is a little comparison between the two. Third part we studied of CVS is stupa. Stupa is a mound like. Mound means like that. Half, you have a ball, you cut it in half and place it on the ground. This is the shape of a stupa. Or you try do one thing, take an egg and bury half of it in the ground. This is the how a stupa looks like. Spherical structure containing relics. It used to contain the relics. Even today, you see someone dies, then people collect those ashes and take it to some kind of Haridwar or let's say Banaras and just spread it in water. What they used to do, they used to keep it in this stupa. Like this is the memory, this is the remember, this is the memory, this is the holy thing associated with the place. Okay, so what is stupa? Stupa is a hemispherical structure. It is a hemispherical structure which contains relics. Okay, so we have Buddha relics, Ashoka buried those relics at a lot of places and constructed stupas over it. And let's study this. Will come on at a later stage. So this is a classic stupa. Okay, I'll show you the pictures of stupa. This is a stupa. It is semi-spherical. It has a parikrama, pradakshina path. It has an entrance. Okay, this is toran. Toran means even in your houses you have some decorative pieces which are called torans. So it enters from four sides. One, two, three, four. We have this Pradakshina Path. People can just go and take a parikrama, circumambulatory passage. This is the Harmika. Okay. Now let's study the parts of it. So you can draw this diagram very easily. You draw this first. Okay. Then you draw the boundary. Okay. And then you can draw the Toran. And you can draw the Pradakshina thing. You can draw a square and you can draw this. Okay. So this is the Harmika. Okay. These are Chhatri or Chhatra. Okay. This is called Anda. This is the staircase. So how you will enter it? Staircase from both sides. This is Pradakshina. This is Toran. This is how you study it. So it is a funeral cumulus containing relics and ashes. So it's a make punch funeral cumulus. Means funeral के बाद में जो भी whatever remnants are there, they buried inside it. It's also a place of meditation because they have considered that stupa is like a structure where relics of some very important personality like Buddha or some other guru is placed. So they think that it is a very important place. So let's meditate there in this divine energy. Okay. Examples are Bharut, Amravati, and Taxila. So these are the examples of stupa.